Sorry, can you hear me now?
We can. Go ahead.
Okay, my apologies for that. How much has Nick Saban talked about the 2009 team and that team going undefeated and the chance for this team to go undefeated as well?
He really haven't been talking about it much. Because we just been focused on what we got to do now. That's in the past, and we here now. We just focus on what we got to do now to bring on a dub.
All right. Our next question will come from Chris Hummer. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Phil, what would a second national championship do for the legacy of your 2017 class?
I think it'll bring a lot of spark for the team that's coming back next year. It'll be a lot of motivation, and just for the 17 class, it'll bring a lot of, I don't know, I guess love, a good feeling that we did it 2 times, especially with the guys that was there freshman year. Also with Smitty catching that big catch, and obviously whatever we go out there and do come Monday.
All right. Our next question comes from Dan Hope. Go ahead, Dan.
Hey, Phil, just what's it like watching Ohio State's offensive line on film? What kind of challenges do you see that they're going to present to you guys?
Those guys are pretty physical. They move pretty good, and we just gotta accept the challenge up front and just try to dominate all night.
All right. Angel Wells will be our next question. Go ahead, Angel.
Hi, Phil. Who or what is something in your life that motivates you on a daily basis as a student athlete?
Um, I could say my father, man, he's always in my ear. Even when I play good or play bad, he's always motivating me, telling me that I got it and I can do it. Just keep pushing. Also, my mom, she's always texting me. Also, even though she can't be here because of coronavirus and stuff like that, and she always letting me know that she loves me and I can do whatever I put my mind into.
Next question will come from Stephen Means. Go ahead, Stephen.
If when you guys are watching film on Trey Sermon, I don't know how far back you guys go, but have you ever, I guess, kind of caught yourself wondering what the heck happened with this guy between maybe the first 3 or 4 games to, what you guys may be preparing to see in the college football playoffs now?
Can you repeat that?
I guess what I'm asking is from your standpoint as a defensive lineman who's gone up against some pretty good running backs, have you seen maybe a difference in, the Trey Sermon that you've seen on film from maybe the first 2 or 3 games of the season to maybe the film from the last 2 or 3 games where it seems like he's running for 200+ yards every night?
Oh yeah, he's a good back. He runs pretty hard. You can see that it means a lot to him. He got something to prove, and that's something I love about him. But obviously, we got to go out and just do our job and wrap him up.
All right, we'll go to Nathan Baird. Go ahead, Nathan.
Another question about the Ohio State offensive line. Just their 2 tackles are not the guys who have maybe gotten national accolades and things like that. But what are you seeing from them, especially that makes them a tough matchup for someone coming off the edge?
I mean, they do a great job in the passing game, also in the running game for Trey. And like I said before, we just got to take on the challenge and show up with the same intensity that they bring.
All right, our next question will come from Leo Johnson. Leo?
Overall, how do you plan to get past the Buckeyes' outstanding offensive line headlined by Wyatt Davis and put pressure on Justin Fields and Trey Sermon?
I just said don't change nothing that we have been doing all year long. Just stick to the plan. Take what Coach gives us from the sideline and go out there and execute the call.
Next question comes from Brendan Gulick. Go ahead, Brendan.
Hi, Phil. Thanks for meeting with us. When you look at this Ohio State team on tape, whether it's personnel or scheme or talent, do they remind you of anybody you've played this year, whether it was in conference or even the Notre Dame game? Any similarities you see?
Not really. I mean, when I watch film, I see that team. They do what they do. They do what they do best, and I can't compare nobody to those guys. Because that's their team, and I feel like it'll be disrespect if I try to compare them to someone else. Ohio State is Ohio State, and they do a good job of what they do.
And if I could just follow up on that real quick, even if you're not going to compare, players or teams to each other, from a scheme perspective, what you see the offense do for Ohio State, do you feel like you've seen that style of offense in other games where maybe, you guys as a defense feel like, okay, this isn't totally new to us?
Oh, most definitely. They on the offensive line, they try to get sideline to sideline like Notre Dame. So I think that'll be something I can compare.
All right. Our next question comes from Steve Moulton. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey Phil, hope you're doing well today. I can't help but ask about you. Where do you think you feel like you've grown the most this year as a football player, and where do you think you can improve the most moving forward?
The most I think I've grown is just having confidence in myself, and also just becoming a leader on the team, and just being the best that I can be whenever I'm out on the field, and just taking away that nervousness from what I had last year, and just being the best that I can be.
On the subject of being a leader, though, is it more by your actions, or are you a vocal leader on this team?
I try to lead by my actions, just by doing the right things on and off the field. Just showing the young guys that you don't have to be a tough guy or anything to do the right things around here. It doesn't take that much. All it takes is just buying in to the team and, just staying focused.
All right. Thank you, Phil.